Kamini ma'am, we can't hear your voice.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, now we can hear. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Yes, good afternoon, everyone who are present over here. It's our proud privilege to have with us the country director, Read India, Dr. Geeta Malhotra. I, Dr. Kamini Bhasin, on the behalf of JUET, extend my heartiest welcome to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Geeta Malhotra. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dr. Geeta, Dr. Geeta is a renowned face in community service arena and doesn't need a formal introduction. It is really an honor to have such a distinguished figure among us, and having her presence is motivational and inspirational for all of us. Before introducing such a renowned and admired speaker, I would be glad to brief about key features of our university. This is one of the 4 universities established for imparting engineering education by Jai Prakash Seva Sansthan, an educational initiative which recognizes the role of IT and emerging technologies in improving the quality of life of the people of India. Presently, our university offers programs of 3 faculties named as Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, and Faculty of Sciences. Under the Faculty of Engineering, BTech programs, MTech programs, and doctoral programs in Chemical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering, Electronics and Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering are offered. Under the Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, BSc, MSc, and PhD and mathematics programs are offered. Under the Faculty of Sciences, BSc, MSc, and PhD in physics and chemistry programs are offered. Our university is among the top 100 universities in India, and it has also been accredited Grade A by NAC, National Assessment and Accredited Council. When you convert your profession into your hobby, you never know when you are going to achieve. And then the real miracle happens in your life. Such lines reveal everything about our speaker of today's webinar. Now, I would request Dr. Rachna Chaturvedi to introduce our speaker, Dr. Geeta Malhotra, with you all. Please, ma'am. Ma'am, you are not audible to us. Rachna, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, hello.
Now it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Okay. Now, thank you, Kamini ma'am. It's a great privilege for me to introduce our eminent speaker, Dr. Geeta Malhotra, Country Director, Rural Education and Development, READ India. Now, Dr. Geeta Malhotra has been working with READ India since June 2008 and has helped to bring 47 READ centers, community library and resource centers to life in 12 states, reaching to almost 5,58,000 rural communities across India. Dr. Geeta constantly performs networking for partnership and fundraising apart from outreach activities to bring the best training and capacity building programs to read community library and resource centers while overseeing all operations in India. Dr. Geeta uses her strong experience, professional, and academic connections to create new opportunities for READ India. Earlier, she was with One World South Asia, taking technology to rural Asia, and she worked with Population Foundation of India for more than 2 decades. She also participated in Dasra, Social Impact Leadership Program 2014-15, supported by United States Agency for International Development and Harvard Business Publishing. She also participated in CSC Leaders Program 2016, organized by Common Purpose and His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh's Commonwealth Study Conferences, and attended the leadership program in 2018 as alumni. In recent years, Dr. Geeta has been focusing on making women entrepreneurs by training them on variety of aspects to sustain the social enterprises with a special focus on enhancing their existing skills. These programs are in 7 states with 25,000 women who are working on various products and learning the skills on quality control, product design, marketing, online selling, logistics, and networking, along with soft skills like confidence building, personality development, and leadership. So, now, without wasting much time, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Geeta. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kamini, for sharing about the university, and Dr. Rachna for wonderful introduction. Actually, I am so simple person. I really इतना सारे सुनने के बाद मुझे लगता है कि मुझे ग्राउंड पे ही रहना है. I have to work with the people with whom I have to listen. So that is my mission. I started journey in 1980. I joined Population Foundation of
Ma'am,
India.
sorry to interrupt you, but you are not clearly audible to us.
Am I audible now?
A little bit, but not properly.
My volume is full actually. I don't know why my voice is not coming. Uh, is it audible or not clear?
No, ma'am.
Uh, Give me a second. I'll just bring my headphone and then speak.
Okay, ma'am, no issues.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, it's better?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, sorry for this interruption, but I just wanted to say in brief that I joined the development sector in 1981. I joined the organization Population Foundation of India, which was um, started by the late J.R.D. Tata. So he was a great visionary about population and development program, and since then I committed myself that okay, I'll work in this field. In 2008, when I joined Read India. Read India is an offshoot of Read Global. Read Global is based in US, and they started working in Nepal by setting up community library and resource centers. In 2007, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation recognized the importance of libraries in the rural areas, and they gave the replication grant to Read Global to start in India and Bhutan. That's how Read India started in 2007. I took over as country head in 2008, and since then I have been working with rural communities to set up community libraries and resource centers. The model is so profound that we partner with communities directly. We tell them, okay, we are bringing books for you, we are bringing computers and digital learning for you, we are bringing sort of early learning centers for you and the programs. You give us the land or the building to start these centers. Let us join hands with you. So earlier community was so impressive by this, talk, and they used to give us the lands, and then we started constructing buildings with them by getting donations from US through our Read Global office, and we constructed 7 community library and resource centers in rural parts of India, and the buildings are so beautiful. Shramdan was given by the local people so that they wanted that their children should study, their children should go to school, and they should have access to books, literacy, and computers. In 2014, the CSR policy came. When CSR policy came, then the funding from abroad was reduced, and we started raising funds from India. Uh, the CSR policy says that they will sign agreement with us for 1 year. And I am very proud to say that since 2014, the corporates who joined hands with us, they are still funding us except one or two. The reason is they have understood so profoundly that change will never come in 1 year of their financial support. Change will come when we constantly and consistently work with the rural communities and bring them at par with our thought process, with our policies, with our action points, and then they will join hands with us and take our message in right direction and work accordingly. Recently, I got a call from one of the US based organization called IREX. They said during pandemic, the strategies have to be changed. Now we cannot work with community physically, so how technology can play a role? Why I'm sharing, because I was fascinated to hear from Kamini about the Science and Technology Institute. So when technology came in between, of course, there is a barrier between rural communities and us. We wanted to break that barrier, and then immediately we shifted to hybrid model. The girls and the women and the boys who have access to mobile phones, Android phones, and simultaneously we requested to our donors to give us tabs, laptops, whereas our community volunteers and the stakeholders can go to the villages, work with them, and the shift took so smoothly that we did not feel the pain. And during COVID, we were able to reach to more people than we used to reach physically when we were traveling to the community areas. The presentation which I am going to share with you is the program which is supported by Accenture. Accenture is also a tech based organization. They are supporting us since 2015. They came to our one of the community library and resource centers in Delhi, which is a model for us to showcase because nobody reaches to the rural areas where we are working. So they really imbibed the model, understood the model. We presented them how we are working with the communities, and till now they are funding us, and their financial support is almost 60% of the corporate funds which we are getting for running the organization. So this is the trust we build with the corporates, and the corporates come to us and say the kind of work we are doing with the rural people, we should continue that. So that is what I just wanted to share before the presentation. The topic which has been given to me is rural women empowerment, role and responsibilities as a human being. We as a human being have to understand so many things. And by the way, I am the eldest person in my organization, and I have a young team to work with me, and changing the mindset of the young team to go to the rural areas, stay there, work with rural communities, listen to them, have patience, perseverance was a turning point for them also, to live with them, stay with them, work with them, change their mindset, change their behavior, and bring them at par with what we wanted to do with them. uh, Next slide, Rachna ji. So I will not go into detail because everybody knows in the rural areas the opportunities are very less. Women want to grow, women want to do something for their families, for their children, but there are no opportunities. When we go to the rural areas, talk to the women that we have come here to listen to you. Just tell us your stories. The mind boggling stories come to us, and we really, that is the ice breaking we do with the women there. We collect them, we reach to, first we reach to the elected women representative there and tell them that we are here, we want to meet the group of the women, please bring them, we will discuss with them what are, what they want to do in their life. That is the simple question we ask them, what you want to do in their life. They simply say that we are so busy, we don't have time. Then we take the discussion further and tell them, okay, we also we being women also don't have time, but see, we are in front of you, we have left our family behind, we want to discuss with you what we want to do and then take it further. So that's how we engage with them, and community engagement is very very strong, very strong, so that they listen to us and they come to us, and then follow the process we want to introduce with them. It takes time, it takes us almost 6 months to do with them. During this 6 months we do our all research component of feasibility study, baseline study, constituting the library management committee, network with the stakeholders, talking to the phcs and the block development officers, all government officials, those who are there. So that's how we engage ourselves with the community, and we understand what I have written here, only the challenges what they face, male domination, restricted mobility, issues faced by women in rural India are plenty. When we start documenting, they are plenty, but we don't discuss with them the negative things. We always bring them at a positive point, how we can together work for development of your area, and you have to take the lead. So we bring them in the forefront to take the lead. Next slide, ma'am. Here I am sharing that how we collect women and bring them together, and the trainings, when we tell them we are here for the training, They will say that it's not meant for us. We don't want to do. We don't have time. We have to take care of the children. We have to rear our animals. We have to take care of the fields. My husband will not allow. My in laws are not allowing me to join anything. But we ask them, what are your interests? The first interest which they spell out is stitching and sewing, because that is very easy. They want to stitch clothes for their family, for their children, and they want to make it as their hobby as well as a kind of earning source. It's the easiest thing for them. And when coming back and talking to the donors, I say they want to learn stitching. They tell me so many are supporting stitching. Bring some innovation in the program. Only then we will give the funding to you. I'm just sharing the challenges which we also face. Then I promise them, okay, you give me the funding for introducing stitching, but I promise you I will bring them at a technology platform. But give me time. So we start with stitching and sewing. When we started in 2014 for stitching and sewing in one of the districts in Dausa in Rajasthan, which is a necklace from Jaipur to Agra, Walmart USA funded us. They gave us 150 sewing machines and put a challenge in front of us, ma'am. You have to train 3,500 women in this village. And we did it. And women stitched bags, 50,000 bags per month, and were supplying to Bharti Walmart. That time they were together. Bharti and Walmart were together, and later on we supplied to Bharti continuously. And the women who were earning were 10,000 rupees per month. Then we again discussed, started, okay, now we agreed to you that we will bring sewing machines for you. Now you have to come at the platform of technology. So we told them, you save the money, buy a mobile, and then we will see how you can use technology. That was an added point to them. And then we told them, those who were literate, 8th pass, 10th pass, we told them, okay, you come to the center, we provide you computers, you learn the computers. You join the, literacy classes or educational programs which are doing through library, because the agenda is holistic development. And the women you are seeing here, they are young girls. They started from sewing, but they ended up learning technology. And closed the program with them with a program called Technology Empowering Girls. And they know how to use technology with leadership. It's not that they are doing very hi fi technology usage, but yes, they can share their profile on the mobile, they can share the designs on the mobile, they can book a rail ticket on the mobile, they can pay the electricity bill on the mobile, and they can be connected with the world around through technology. That's what I just wanted to share here. Next slide, please. Yes, now the combination of our research comes at on the ground. Many women who are 10th pass, they switch over to technology. Those who are completely illiterate, they don't go to the school. You are seeing on the screen a woman, making a chair. She is making a chair with the moonj grass which is thrown away in the rural areas. And she had a traditional skill of using the moonj grass by making their baskets. We have already seen they use baskets in the villages very much. We called interns from Drishti School of Design, Bangalore, and told them to work with these women and enhance their skills on making the moonj products. And they started making chairs furniture which was purchased by Ayush Kasliwal. You have seen the hand mudras on the airport. He's the person who is the designer behind that big wall at the airport. He did the business with us for 3 years, and these women were earning more than 10,000 rupees per month. She has never gone out of the village. She has never gone to the school. She can't even write her name, but she is earning that money because we introduced soft skills of leadership qualities, for life skills, for mental stability, as well as confidence building with her. And see the smiling face, and she is weaving the chair for Ayush Kasliwal. The second picture you are seeing, women are just sitting in line on the table. They are making jewelry. So they are earning by selling jewelry. The other is the beauty and wellness course. This is a beautiful journey for women. Many community families are not allowed to go to the parlors and go out of the home to learn the skill, but we brought the skill in their homes at their doors, and they are sitting together and learning a skill, and many have opened their beauty parlors. They are earning money out of that. They are semi literate girls and women who just dropped between after passing the 8th class. So segregation of age groups, segregation of qualifications helped us to bring the special programs for them at their doorsteps. Next slide. Now, after making the products, you are seeing here the beautiful products. And the girl who is in the blue sari is intern from Drishti School of Design, who worked with them for 3 years. We appointed her later on. Yeah. When we appointed her later on, that was her first job. She belongs to Jaipur, but she made all the products here by sitting with women. She taught them how to make the products and the garments, jute products, and furniture and all. And she put an exhibition in Jaipur for all these products. And the rural women standing behind her were explaining to the visitors how they learned these skills, and they came from the villages to a hotel in Jaipur and explained about their products, what they have been making. So this is a beautiful journey for them. But yes, their dedication is much more important than our dedication with them. So we have to bring them at par with our thought process, our vision, where we want them to see. Next slide, please. So you can see the beautiful things created by them. And then we introduced a preschool for their children because we did not want to work in isolation. So library caters to their younger children's education. We provide them now, and earlier also we used to provide them e-content which are suitable for their learning from 5th class to 10th class, and then offline sessions on counseling, personality development, so that they realize the value of education, and the libraries which we have set up in their vicinity. And the beauty of the program is that we hire staff from the local area, their children or their relations or their community members, and train them on specific models we would like to bring. And the girl who is teaching here is from the village. She joined our nursery teachers training course for 6 months, and now she got an employment in the school which is run by us, and she is teaching the children here. The woman who is spinning the thread, because later on you will see that we started looms in Rajasthan as well as in Maharashtra to train them on weaving. So they learn how to spin, and spinning is de-stress. So this is peti charkha. We train them, and then they take this charkha at home and spin the thread, bring back the thread to the center, and this is again used for weaving of the cloth. Next slide, please. We are very conscious of inviting them also in in urban areas, and these trainings are conducted in Gurgaon, where we are present. and they come and stay. See the journey they crossed. First we used to go to them. Now they are willing to come and learn and join with other state staff members and the trainers and learn from each other. These are learning exchange programs we organize for them, and they sit together, we give them the task, they plan, they discuss with us, and they go back and then implement and execute those programs. Next slide, please. Here, we then bring them on the stage. You can see a girl who is just talking through the mic. We set up community radios also in our centers in the libraries, where they just talk about their issues and then, raise their voice about what they mean as development and how they would like to bring a change among themselves. So, the journey which I would like to explain here, that 5 years journey was so beautiful for them, and what we achieved is increased their self esteem, project positive self image, understand emotional intelligence, develop personal awareness, recognize the link between assertiveness, confidence building, and self esteem, identify the best approach to use when we are talking with them on voicing their ideas and all, and handle difficult situations, deal with criticism, and many more I have just listed here. So, uh, at office we designed a 10 scale formula for women to see the change they are we try to bring in them, and then we evaluate the impact. And we during COVID we were not able to do the physical survey of and also the impact studies. We introduced a mechanism of recording their own voice and creating a barcode for each beneficiary, so that we can hear their voice and then write our qualitative impact reports. Next slide, please. So when you will see here, sorry रचना जी, ये इतना छोटा लिखा हुआ है, मैं पढ़ नहीं पा रही हूँ इसको, मुझे पता नहीं है इसको बड़ा कैसे करना है. So here I have explained the indicators which we wanted to achieve, and women start saving money for many things, and the changes which we brought in them was started their new business, created their own enterprise, and the five indicators we wanted to achieve during this data was mm, resilience, confidence, starting their own enterprise, increasing the business they are already doing, supporting the child's education, saving the money for any hardship in the family and all. So this indicate these agenda, these points represent how they were understanding the value we are bringing for them. Next slide, please. Here again, the data has been interpreted many ways. I will not address this, but these are the achievements. Rachna ji can share the presentation and you can study this data very well. Next slide, please.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely, I'll do that.
Yeah. Now, this slide is very important. When you see that the soft skills created an impact on them. So, language was a problem. They were not able to converse with the women of the other areas, states. Working hours was problem because family was not allowing them to come. Safety and security was an issue because then we established that our libraries are the safe space. Competition was an issue. Early marriage was an issue. But during our interventions, we started introducing the language also. We taught them simple words of English communication. because that was the biggest barrier to talk to the urban areas. The first point I have written here, English communication. The second was marketing skills. Third was business communication. Fourth was vocational centers and preschools we started. And then financial management. These jargons sound, you might be thinking that how we can train the rural woman and all these things. You see, our main donor is also Amazon. So Amazon has created a portal named Saheli, and they wanted us that some of the rural women's products should go on the Saheli portal and they should earn money out of that. Before reaching out to that level, we made presentations in a manner, so simple presentations that they should understand what marketing means for them, what is the business communication. And I brought all the experts from international and national levels to give them the training. I went to Illinois University, brought spoke with the marketing team there because I visited there for the library program, and then I myself understood the challenges and spoke to many leaders and experts, and then brought very in a very simple manner all these modules and made them understand. And now women are managing their own business. Recently, in this year, during International Women's Day, I told all the women to start their own exhibitions in their own areas, because during COVID we cannot travel. Yesterday, the Haryana women were given a big coverage in the newspaper. I received a message from Rajasthan that their stall was so successful. Now they are creating their own Facebook pages and started selling their products online. And technology has brought the universe so closer. The social media marketing is taught by an expert from Amity University, Dubai, because I have connections with them. So, like this, wherever I have connections, I bring the resources for them and tell them to learn, because if we make them learn, we are addressing two important issues of Atmanirbharta as well as Make in India, because that is very, very important. And we still think that our villagers cannot produce the quality which we want to buy. But when we tell them to bring, they bring good quality for them. The women who are weaving organic cloth, we buy the cotton from Beed and Maharashtra and Varda. The women make the thread, the women learn weaving, and they are making beautiful organic cloth, which is so good to wear. So this is the kind of journey we covered from the past 5 years. I just wanted to share. I'm not reading the presentation because the journey is so imbibed by me. I'm just sharing my own experiences with you. So then it was very hard for us to address all these components. So we thought of holistic approach as well as created compartments where a team is managing the preschool, a team is managing the businesses, a team is managing the library. Now during COVID, we started mobile libraries. We converted our school vans into mobile libraries. We raised funds for reaching with books to the communities because we did not want to break the relationship which we nurtured with them. So this is how we worked with them. Next slide, please. This is the exhibition in Gurgaon. You see, the commissioner of Gurgaon came and appreciated the women. Uh, they by this time, this was conducted in 2018. They understood the concept of B2B and B2C, and they brought all their products from various states and did the exhibition here. During this Diwali, before even in the pandemic, Diwali was there. Amazon gave us the order to make 1 lakh diyas, and women made. and earned money. And yesterday only they were sharing in front of the local councillor that our Diwali was so enlightened that we earned more than 10,000 to 15,000 money while making these diyas, and women were so happy. That is the beautiful journey which gives us the satisfaction also that our interventions really help them. But it's a tough journey. I have explained you the steps we covered, and now we have reached to this level. And this year, because artisans are suffering a lot, they have migrated back to their own areas. We have started organizing trainings through national awardees in our centers. So we started the training on terracotta jewelry in Maharashtra. Now we are doing bamboo training. We have already done the spinning training through them. So we are connecting them with various experts, and we will slightly, slowly move out, and they will use our connections, and the integration of the program we did for them, and they will definitely grow. That is my I should say that I'm so confident that they will take this business further. Uh, Even Accenture started a wing called We Act, where these women are now registered online, and they will get direct orders from them to, earn money out of that. Next slide, please. See, 77% impact. I just wanted to share with you just the indicators we followed: secured a job, increase in income, started a business, grew existing business, increased career resilience, developed soft skills, and re entered formal education. These are the core six indicators we focused on with our deep interventions with the community, and we put data online showing that 77% impact we have achieved. I think this is my last slide. Next slide. These are the women being recognized by us, and we name it at library in changing times. And now in libraries, we cannot only concentrate on books; we have to create spaces for the communities to come, interact, share, learn, and go ahead in their lives. You could see here the girls. There are Muslim girls. There are Hindu girls. Everybody is so fascinated, having trophies in their hands because they have worked so well, and we recognize them in one of our function in Delhi. That's all I just wanted to share with you. Any questions? I am ready to answer, please. Thank you so much.
Any questions from the audience?
Rachna ma'am, this is Abhishek Shukla. I want to ask one question.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Geeta ma'am. This is Abhishek Shukla.
Yes, sir.
I have worked in Pradhan for around 6 months.
Haji.
In that, I found that there is a lot of resistance from the rural side to get into any kind of initiatives. They are very
Yes.
happy what they are doing, but they
Yeah.
are very resistant that whatever training we are going to impart or the awareness program or capacity building program, any kind of things, they are being very resistive. How to change their mentality and what kind of you can say motivation we can give apart from any outcome we have right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Shukla, I just want to share here 3 points. The 3 points are very simple otherwise. Why we want to work with them, what we
Okay.
want to do with them, and how we are going to do with them. If we are clear on these three aspects, the barrier which you are saying we have also been facing. So, when we talk about what, we have to consider their challenges, focused on their thought process, their challenges as well as their culture. It's very, very important to understand their culture, and respecting their culture, we have to speak with them. I'm so conscious when I'm talking to them, using my words, interacting with them, speaking with their families. I personally travel a lot. I have seen so many villages in India. This is very important. They have so much, I should say that, very hard wall in front of their eyes when we go and talk to them about development. Your point is very right.
Yes,
But
yes.
I told you in the initial my talk that it takes us 6 months to change their mind. And
Oh,
I negotiate with the donors. If they want to give me the funding for 1 year, I don't accept. I tell them minimum 5 years support I need if you really want to see the impact. So
mhm.
this is how we have been doing. I
Okay.
fully agree with you that. But yes, within their culture, we have to change ourselves first and then bring a change in them.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Dr. Sandeep Srivastava wanted to ask a question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
I am Dr.
afternoon.
Sandeep Srivastava. Madam,
Hanji.
our university is situated in the rural background. Means near our university, there are a lot of villages, and the
Hanji.
people are very, you can say, illiterate, or you can say they are poor. So, and especially the women. So, what are your suggestions? Like what we can do to empower them so that they can improve their quality of life. So what
Yeah.
initiative we can take, ma'am?
Yes. Uh, Now the time has come that we have to ask them what they need. Because if we design the programs for them, they may not accept it. Now, the concept which is universally accepted is people's first. We have to put them first, ask them what exactly they want us to do for them. We are there to facilitate. First, all the research component should be based on them through interaction. You know what, normally what we do, we go in the field, we observe, we use our own judgmental things to write the research papers. Now the time is telling that peoples have to be put in the first place, and we have to understand their mindset, what exactly they need. Coming back to your question, what how we can do with them is, we have to select. What I do, I'm sharing my experience with you. When I go to the village, I organize a focus group discussion, which is very simple. I should not talk about all these things, but the spark you can see on the women's faces. You have to select the leaders from among their group, and they can change them, because many of the women will listen to the leaders in the villages, and this is how we do. And they will definitely come up with what they want, and the programs have to be designed based on their needs, and donors appreciate that how we are going to do with that.
Thank you, madam. It was a nice session, and we were enlightened with your speech, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so
Ma'am,
much.
there is one query in the chat box by Mr. Vivek Tiwari. He is managing our JP University Library. He has asked the question that what kind of books you are keeping in a rural library.
Yes, yes, very good question. See, we define 10 to 12 categories: fiction, storybooks, then from first class to 12th class, their curriculum books, because in the rural areas, though the government provides the books to them, but they prefer to come to the library and see their textbooks. And then life histories, then encouraging books and all. I can share the 12 categories which we select the books. And one condition is, there our policy is that we always give new books to them. We never get donated books and placed in the library. All new books are given to them, and we select a librarian from the community. Sir, he is a graduate or 12th pass. We give him the training on accession, cataloging, issuing the cards, giving the numbering to the books and all, and the library looks as if it's a professional library, and they manage the library so well. And they charge membership fee in the library annually, and that is their sustainable amount for maintaining the library. And competitive examination books are demanded by the community in different languages. And on Monday I am going to Kutch to inaugurate a library. All the books are in Gujarati. 80% books are in Gujarati. 20% I requested them, please keep English books, because the children who are bright have to learn English, as they have to travel out of Kutch for job and all. So
Okay.
that's how we do.
Okay. Thank
And
you, ma'am.
each library has more than 2000 books.
Okay, that's so, ma'am. There was another question. Just I was curious about that. So, can we start with a mobile library also?
Yes, yes. Mobile library is also very good. What we do, we put a small rack in the van and put library book, create a small library, and the van with the volunteer go to the villages, and we show them some kind of encouraging videos there, and then distribute the books to the children. They sit, they read, and we tell them to read aloud, because that's how they read aloud, and the volunteer corrects the pronunciation and encourage them for open reading. This is our mostly we do this now. In COVID we are increasing this.
Okay.
I would like to share a story. With the first library we set up, you can just Google the Oceanic Library. It's a White House kind of building in West Bengal, in near Sundarbans. It's a village called Ulon. This was completely funded by the US our Read Global founder. And a poor man used to take books at the back of the shoulders and move to the villages for mobile library, because the vehicle was not there.
Oh
So
my God.
that is the passion rural people have once they realize the importance of work we are doing for them.
Main thing is realizing the importance of this
Yes,
particular. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Any further?
yes.
Anyone? Any more questions? I suppose everyone is. But last question I wanted to ask you, Gita ma'am, that
Yeah,
as a university,
yeah.
we also want to do such work with the rural women. And
Hmm.
the main question which comes into the mind is how to take that first step.
So first of all, I would suggest that I told you no that Nirupma Prakash is my good friend. She was earlier in BITS Pilani. With BITS Pilani, we selected 4 villages. I was not with READ. I was working with OneWord South Asia that time, and we worked with the rural communities on, uh, you know, kind of audio visual training, as well as mixing bring training them, bringing their own newsletter or audio programs and all. So again the same thing is that we have to have the first interaction with them, what exactly they want, and then we should design the program. We can definitely help in designing the program, that is not an issue. And in Solon also we worked with some of the self-help groups there, and whenever you will say, I will definitely help to design the program.
Yeah,
But the
thank you.
first dialogue and
Rachana
the
ma'am,
first
Rachana madam,
interaction has to
Ji,
start
ji,
from you.
ji,
Rachana
sir.
madam.
Ji, sir.
We can also inform that we are also part of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and we have adopted 5 nearby villages.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, definitely, it's a good thing. If you just share a brief details with them, with me, I can definitely share the steps we take and we work with the
Definitely,
different
ma'am, we'll
communities.
get back
Yeah,
to you because
yeah,
Professor P.K. Singh sir and Professor Vipin Tyagi, they are the people who are heading us towards that Unnat Abhiyan, and we have adopted 5 villages, and there is a team of 14, 15 people, which includes the faculty as well as staff in the team.
yeah,
And we are working towards that. So that was the main reason I wanted to ask you. So definitely, ma'am, we'll get back to you. Any more
yeah.
questions? Any more
Yeah,
questions
I,
from the
I just
audience?
wanted to share with you that we are working also with Kriya University in Sri City and BIMTech in Noida. So they
Yes.
they are our partners, and we have set up resource centers in partnership with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions from the audience? So I suppose, ma'am, it's the time for giving you a thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Once
Yeah.
again, I, on the behalf of JP University, would like to extend my word of thanks for such a wonderful session, which was full of knowledge and interesting things. And I am sure the precious knowledge which you have gave us will definitely help us in mapping the rural women empowerment goals set by our university as well as by Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the people who are present in the webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're always welcome. Thank you so much for coming to me for this session, Rachnaji. I'm
You're,
so thankful.
it's my privilege, ma'am. It's my privilege.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.